Representative Stefanik, welcome again to this committee. Congratulations on your nomination to be U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations. From working in the Bush administration on the Domestic Policy Council to being the youngest woman elected to Congress, you have strong credentials and the relevant experience for this role.
I support President Trump's commitment to bringing this war to a resolution. He campaigned on that issue, and he feels very deeply, and I support that. And I believe it falls squarely in line with the founding mission of the United Nations to bring international peace and security. If you look at my record over the course of my time on the House Armed Services Committee and the House Intelligence Committee, I have a very strong record when it comes to deterring Russia, pushing back on Russia, including during President Trump's term, voting for defensive lethal aid to Ukraine. I believe peace through strength is our strongest deterrence, and I'm very proud that during President Trump's first term, it was the only president where Putin did not invade another country because of that strong peace through strength leadership and the rebuilding that we passed through the National Defense Authorization Act and President Trump signed into law. So I think our effort should be my effort will be supporting President Trump's mission to bring that to a resolution and to deter Russia in the long term.
So today I'm here to happily and proudly offer my strong support to this dedicated public servant and American patriot, our next ambassador to the United Nations, Elise Stefanik. She's the right person for the job, and I encourage all of my colleagues on the committee and in the Senate to process her nomination promptly and unanimously.
We should never tolerate any U.S. taxpayer funds going towards terrorism. As in my question with the ranking member, Shaheen, I was one of the members that voted to defund UNRWA. I was one of the leaders in standing for that important appropriations vote, which there is a bipartisan consensus on, with significant members, Republicans, as well as some Democrats who voted to defund it. I think we can look to organizations within the UN system such as UNHCR, such as the World Food Program, working with USAID, which are proven organizations. They still need, reform efforts and modernization, but don't have the terrorist ties that UNRWA had, particularly that were exposed during the October 7th Hamas attack against Israel, whether it was Hamas's leader Sinwar carrying an UNRWA teacher's passport, or whether it was the UNRWA office above a Hamas data center, or individuals within UNRWA who participated in the terrorist attack against Israel on October 7th. So that I fully support the president's commitment to defunding, and I'm proud to have voted for that in the Congress.
It is truly an honor to be here to introduce someone who I admire greatly. The job she has been selected to carry out for President Trump is not an easy one, but it is extremely important. Lately, when many of us look at the United Nations, this body that is meant to advance values of peace and freedom and human dignity, we don't see those American values reflected. We see rampant anti-Semitism against the world's only Jewish state as it faces attacks from all directions. We see oppression and aggressive autocrats celebrated and elevated to leadership positions. We see China, Russia, and Iran empowered at this organization to advance their values, not the values of peace and freedom that Americans stand for. It is clear that the need to reestablish U.S. leadership at this broken institution, we need to do that. I cannot think of anyone more qualified or more ready to fulfill that role than my friend, Elise Stefanik.